So we're going to do everybody's favorite. Not really, and I know that. But we're going to pretend that it's everybody's favorite, and it's story problems. This is where, like, it gets real. This is where we really use the algebra in real life situations. And you might say to yourself, I'm never going to do any of this. No, actually, like, this stuff is real. Some of these are kind of concocted. The ones that I'm going to be doing in class are maybe a little bit more real than some of the others, but real life scenarios. So story problems, you read them and you're like, oh, you read this. Given a right triangle, find the measures of all the angles in degrees. If one angle is a right angle and the measures of the second angle is 6 less than 7 times the measure of the third angle, and you're like, right? Because there's so much, and you're like, okay, I can't do this. You just got to take it one step at a time. Okay. So given a right triangle, find the measures of all the angles. So I'm finding the measures of all the angles. I'm going to sit there and go, okay, what do I know about angles? Number one, I know that all the angles in a triangle add to be 180. So I'm going to call it angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3. And I know, actually, I think I'm going to call them A, B, and C. Let me tell you why, because well, you'll see in a second. So I'm going to call them angle A, angle B, and angle C. The reason I'm going to call them A, B, and C is that I know that A, B plus C equals 180 degrees, because I know that, because the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Always, always, always. And if they don't, then it's not a triangle. And the reason I decided to not do 1, 2, 3, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 does not equal 180 degrees on any planet. Okay. So given a right triangle, I know this. I don't know a lot else. Okay. One of them is a right angle. So I'm going to say that A is 90 degrees. Okay. So I know that A is 90 degrees. So I'm going to say 90 plus. Now I'm going to find out some information about B and C. So I'm not going to write them yet, but I know that A is 90. Okay. One is a right angle. Got that. The measure of the second angle, so that's B, is. So B is means equals. Is always means equals. 6 less than. Okay, so my gut always says, okay, 6 less than, that means 6 minus, but it's not. It's something, I don't know what is here, minus 6. 6 less than something in that parentheses. I don't know what it is. We're going to find out in a second. It's not something. It's not 6 minus something. It's something minus 6, because it's 6 less than. 6 less than 7 is 1. 7 minus 1, or 7 minus 6. Okay. Okay, 7 times something. I don't know what 7 times what, but 7 times something. I know it's 7 times. The measure of the third angle. Well, what's the measure of the third angle? C. We're going to call it C. And then C is just C. Okay. So 90, A plus B plus C is 180. We've got 90, that's A. B is, okay, so I've got all these parentheses that I don't actually really need, but I didn't know that when I made them. I might have needed them. But now I had 7C, B is 7C minus 6. There's B. And then plus C, we don't know what C is, equals 180. Okay. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, I can do this. I have one variable. I have a crap ton of numbers. I can solve this. So first step, always to gather up your like terms. Okay. Let's see. I have a 90 and a 7C. They don't combine. I have a 90 and a minus 6. Oh, bing, bing, bing. They combine. So 90 minus 6 is 84. Okay. So those are all the numbers. So I have a 7C and a plus C. So 7C plus C. I have 7 C's and I have one more C, and I have 8C plus 8C equals 180. So now I have a giant number over here, and I have a number, and I have a number with a variable. So I would like to get this number over there to get it away from my variable. Remember, I've got to get my variable alone. has COVID. You stay away from it. It needs to quarantine. We need to go away from it. Okay. So this has an invisible plus sign, right? It's added to this. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract away that 84. 180 minus 84. And I'm gonna go up here, rewrite this up here. So these guys go away. Suckers. Okay, so and then we end up with 8c equals, let's see, 180 minus 84. I'm just gonna do this on a calculator. I don't even care. I could do it in my head. 96. 8c equals 96. So if 8c equals 96, this is 8 times c. The numbers are multiplied. Opposite of multiplication is division. We're going to divide by 8. Divide by 8. Those two go away, and we get c equals, let's see, 96 divided by 8 is 12. C is 12 degrees. All right, so I'm going to actually erase this line that I drew here because it's kind of in my way. So we have C equals 12 degrees. Okay, so I have A. A is 90. That one was easy because they told me. C is 12. That one was less easy. I had to figure that out. And I don't have B yet. Let's figure out B. It's 7 times C. Well, I know that C is 12. So 7 times 12 minus 6. So 7 times 12 is, I'm pretty sure it's 94. I'm going to double check just to be certain. 7 times 12. Oh, that's 7 minus 12. Helps if you enter it in right. 7 times, not minus, times. 7 times 12. Oh, 84. See, aren't we glad I double checked? 84 minus 6. 84 minus 6 is 78 degrees. So it equals 78. So let's double check this. Does it really add up to be 180 degrees? Well, 12 plus 78 is 90. And then 90 plus 90 is 180. So yay. So there's B. I did it. Okay, let's do number 2. Hans and Franz made 56 cookies. Franz made 13 more than Hans did. How many cookies did each of them make? Okay, I'm going to drop the accent. So Hans and Franz made 56 cookies. So together they made 56. Okay, so Hans, I'm going to call it H plus F equals 56. Don't know how many each of them made, but I know together they made 56 cookies. Franz made, so Franz, this is Franz. Franz made, this is how many Franz made. It doesn't say is, it doesn't say equals, it doesn't say Franz equals, but we Franz made, so when we know this is how many Franz made. Okay, so some of this we're going to have to think a little bit and be like, is this really what it means? So Franz equals 13 more than. So remember how we had 6 less than, we have 13 more than, and it always goes on the back end, just so we can be consistent. So 13 more than, I don't know, something. 13 more than something. Let's find out how much. Just than Hans. 13 more than Hans. Well, I have a bunch of parentheses, a giant parentheses with an H in it. Is that okay? Sure. I didn't need my parentheses, but maybe I could have. It could have been 13 more than 6 times half of what Hans made or something crazy, because these problems, I don't trust them. But this one wasn't too bad. How many cookies did each of them make? Well, I know that H plus F is 56, and I know that F is H plus 13. So I'm gonna substitute this into there. So, and we're going to say Hans is, we're going to put this up here. Hans is this, Franz is this, but I don't know. Okay. So H plus, okay, now this is Hans. Now this is Franz, but Franz is H plus 13. So H plus 13 equals 56. Okay. See if we have any combined like terms. We have an H plus an H. Okay, so that's 2H. And then we have just this 13, and it doesn't have any like homies over here that it can combine with. So we're just going to do 13 equals 56. So I have a number multiplied by my variable. I have a constant and I have a constant. Constants are fancy terms for just a number. It's constant. It doesn't ever change. H could be 5 one day and 16 the next, right? But 13 is always 13. So this number is added. Opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 13 from both sides, minus 13. And I end up with 2h equals, let's see, 56 minus 13 is 43. Oh, crap. They're not making whole cookies. That's okay. So I'm gonna bring this over here just because I'm running out of room down there. So 2 times Hans equals 43. So divide by 2. Divide by 2. Okay. Boom, those go away. And Hans made, let's see, what's 43 divided by 2? 43 divided by 2 is 21.5. So Hans made 21 and a half cookies. Okay. So maybe he's making a cookie and he got halfway done and he walked away. Maybe he had to go to the bathroom. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with this half of a cookie, but Hans made 21.5 cookies. And Franz made 13 more than that. So we have 21.5. So Franz is 21.5 plus 13. So maybe Hans had to go to the bathroom and Franz was like, nah, you're good, Hans. I'm going to finish your cookie because we've got to get this job done. And so Franz made the other half of the cookie. I have no idea. 21.5 plus 13 is going to be 34.5. 34.5. Now let's see, 21.5 plus 34.5. Do they add to be plus 34.5? And boom, they add to be 56. That's a good double check to make sure I'm right. I'm going to circle it. So let's do a couple from your assignment, shall we? Let's go to my Zoom menu popped down and I need it to go away. There we go. Wait, I thought I opened one in Kami. Okay, got to open it in Kami. I apologize. Let me sit here while I get my crap together here. Totally thought I opened one, but I'm not finding it in my menu. So, more practice with real life linear equations. So I'm going to do the first 2 for you here. Okay, Giovanni's going to the fair. Woo, go to the fair. Okay, he can choose to pay 2 different ways. He can have an entrance fee of $5 and then pay $2 per ride ticket. Or he can just pay $3 per ride ticket with no entrance fee. How many rides does he have to go on for the 2 options to cost the same? Okay, whoa, how do we even, what do we even? So we're looking for the same cost. So we need to figure out cost. So we have option 1 here and we have option 2. So option 1, the cost is going to be, what's the cost? Let's read this again, read it slowly. Have an entrance fee of $5. So it's just $5. So I'm just going to write $5. There's the entrance fee. And then pay, so he's paying more, $5 plus. It doesn't say plus, but it says and then pay. So we know it's more. He's not going to get like, oh, you get a discount. We're going to take away on your $5. You can get money back if you go on rides. It doesn't work that way. So we know it's plus. She's paying $5 plus $2 per ticket. So 2 times the tickets. If he gets 3 tickets, it's 2 times 3, which is 6. If he gets 20 tickets, is 2 times 20, which is 40. Okay. The second option, the cost is going to be, there's no entrance fee, but it's just $3 a ticket. $3 per ride ticket. So 3T. So right off the bat, I can see if I only want to go on 1 ride, this is going to be my better option because it only cost me $3. But at some point, they're going to cost the same. And then after that, if you're going to go on that many rides, this is actually valuable stuff because this stuff happens in real life. And you're like, okay, how many rides do I have to go on to make this one cheaper than that one? You save your money. Okay, so at what point are the costs the same? So we want cost to equal cost. So cost is 5 plus 2t. And we want it to be the same as this option, which is 3t. Okay. So I've got t's over here. I've got t's over here. We need to combine some like terms. So let's do that. So I've got to have a plus 2t. Opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 2t, subtract 2t, and we get 5 because this goes away. I love that. Equals 3t minus 2t. Oh, how lovely is t? And so, I'm done. Oh, I'm done. I'm not going to have to like divide or anything. 5 equals t. So if I go on 5 rides, it's going to cost the same. If I go on 6 rides, then this option is no. If I go on 6 rides, then this option is cheaper. Nah, this ride. If I'm only going to go on 1, 2, 3, or 4 rides, this option's cheaper. If I'm going to go on 5 rides, it doesn't matter which one I choose. And if I go on more than 6 rides, the option number 1 is cheaper. So at 5 equals t, they're the same. Okay, the sum of 3 consecutive odd integers is 201. What are the integers? Oh, guys, story problem people love consecutive integers so much. All right, they're consecutive. That means they go one after another. And they're odd, so they don't go quite one right after another. They skip. So I'm going to call the first one sum. That means I'm adding them up. So it's 1 plus 2 plus 3. We're going to call number 1, number 2, and number 3. But we're not going to really call them 1, 2, 3. So we're going to call number 1 x. Okay. What is the next odd integer? Let's pretend for a second that x equals 5. I have no idea if x equals 5. Well, actually I do, because I wrote this problem and really a spoiler, it's not 5. Okay, so let's pretend though that x equals 5. The next odd number is 7, which is 2 more than 5. And a lot of kids are like, but wait, Mrs. Barlow, they're odd. Why are we adding 2? Because 7 is 2 away from 5, right? So the next odd integer is x plus 2. If this one's 5, this one's 7, okay? The next one, if this is 5 and this is 7, then this one's 9, which is this one plus another 2, but it's this one plus 2 plus 2, so it's the first one plus 4. Now, we know it's not 5, but if it was 5, it'd be 5, 7, and 9. Those are consecutive odd integers. They just go in a row. Okay, so we've got these. We know that their sum is 201. So we have x plus. We're going to say this one equals. I'm just setting it up for myself because I like to do that. I like to be tidy about things. Okay, there's the first one. The second one is x plus 2. Plus, okay, there's the first one. We can even put parentheses around them if you want. You don't have to, but we could. Plus x plus 4. There's the third one. X plus 4. And that sum, the first one, plus the second one, plus the third one, is 201. What are the integers? Well, let's see. Okay, let's see if we can combine some like terms. I have x plus x plus x. Is that x cubed? It's not x cubed. If it was multiplied, it would be x cubed, but it's not. It's just 3x. 1x, 2x, 3x's. So we have 3x plus, we've got some numbers here. We have no number here. We have 2 and we have 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6. So 3x plus 6 equals 201. Now we are so good at solving these. We've got a number with multiplied by a number. We've got a variable multiplied by a number, and we have our just plain number. We can separate these easy peasy. It's a plus 6. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides because what I do on one side, I have to do the other side. And I end up with 3x equals, let's see, 201 minus 6 is 195. I did that quickity-quick in my head because I know that 1 minus 1 is 200, and then I just have the 5 left, and so that's 195. Divide by 3 because we have 3 times x. The opposite of addition, or the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3. Woo. So I end up with x equals, all right. I don't feel like using a calculator. So 3 goes into 19 6 times, and then I have a 15, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So x is 65. So it's not 5, but it's 65. And then the next consecutive, the next odd integer is 67. And then the one after that is 69. So those are my 3 integers. So there are a couple more after these for you guys. I want you guys to do on your own. We have Harriet and Phil. We're adding together their weights. We have another one with the triangles. And we have 4 less than twice a number is 1 more than the number. We've got to have one of those. And then Moxie is debating between 2 choices for a makeup subscription service. This one is extremely similar to the tickets one with the fair. Let me know if you have questions. If you get hung up on something, you just cannot figure it out. Even if it's just how to set it up, let me know. I'm here. That's why I exist. I exist in your life to help you with math. It's my only reason. I go home, and when I'm done with math, I have no purpose. I just sit and stare at the wall. Purposeless. But anyway, good luck.